Hello and welcome to the channel. More shots thrown. This 2023 election is turning out to be a real boxing match, with punches and counter punches thrown at every turn. It is the turn of the ruling party APC to send a jab at PDP presidential candidate. Details to follow after you've subscribed, like, share, and comment. Let's go. Atiku belongs to dying breed of ethnic regional politicians, TINUBU. Presidential candidate of the ruling All Progressives Congress APC, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has fired back at the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party PDP, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, describing the latter as belonging to a dying breed of politicians who resort to base ethnic and regional sentiments in the desperate bid to capture power. Head of new media at the APC Presidential Campaign Council PCC, Femi Fani-Kayode, in a statement said, "Such tomfoolery is rarely not seen from the worst amongst us." Atiku had at the weekend in Kaduna during an interactive session with Arewa Joint Committee allegedly said Northerners need someone of his stature and not a Yoruba or Igbo president. However, Fani-Kayode said Atiku's words are not only unacceptable but also insulting, irresponsible, and despicable. This is especially so given the fact that by next year we would have had 8 years of Northern and Fulani rule, and now this man Atiku says we must have another 8 years of it because that is what is best for the North. Most Northerners do not believe this, and thankfully they, unlike Atiku and members of his divided party, do not see Southerners as slaves, and they regard us all as being equal. We will not allow Atiku to do to us what he did to Wike. We will not be cheated or denied. It is time for power to shift to the South, and an overwhelming number of the people in the North, and certainly all the Northerners in the APC, believe that. They recognize the fact that if we want our nation to continue to enjoy peace and remain united into the distant future, we must be fair in our dealings with one another. Atiku is a dying breed who still sees things from a regional, ethnic, and religious prism. Nigeria has moved on from that, and she deserves better. Our nation will not accept an ethnic bigot and tribal champion as their president. Atiku does not speak for the North. He speaks for his deluded and blind PDP supporters and his PCC. Nigeria does not need a northern or southern president. She needs a Nigerian president. And Bola Ahmed Tinubu is that president, added Fani-Kayode. Tinubu, in a separate statement by the director, media and publicity of his campaign council, Mr. Bayo Onanuga, noted that Atiku's declaration to the effect that Northerners don't need a Yoruba or Igbo president is the worst expression of ethnocentric opportunism ever uttered by a former Nigerian vice president. According to him, this clearly demonstrates how low a man honored with the second highest office of the Nigerian constitution is willing to sink in search of a perennial wild goose chase after the highest office in the land. He said, "It confirms the argument that Atiku has feasted on such base, shape, primordial sentiments to use the masses and the elite of the North as the ladder to ascend to power since 1989 without any dividends to show." Doubling down in his now infamous speech, Atiku said, "What the average Northerner needs is somebody who is from the North and also understands that part of the country and has been able to build bridges across the country. This is what the Northerner needs. It doesn't need a Yoruba or Igbo candidate. I stand before you as a pan-Nigeria of Northern origin." In clear terms, Atiku, who stole the PDP ticket by a similar mindset, has cast himself as a Northern candidate who should solely be supported by the people from this region. Tinubu noted that Atiku's public declaration, which framed him as an ethnic and regional champion, is unbecoming of a man who was once the vice president of Nigeria. The APC standard bearer, however, said he was not surprised by Atiku's desperate position, adding that the former vice president has resorted to whipping up ethnic sentiments, knowing that his chances of being elected have become a mirage. He has himself, not anybody else, to blame for his expected electoral misfortune. First, he broke the fundamental rules of power rotation in his party and the country. As if this cardinal sin was not enough, The PDP candidate has remained defiant in the face of pressure by preserving the two topmost posts in his party for people from his region. The Nigerian public now knows better that a man who has been campaigning as a so-called unifier of our disparate groups is a tribal jingoist who has now totally eviscerated all pretensions to being a detribalized Nigerian. He is demonstrably the antithesis of a pan-Nigerian politician. Nigerians of goodwill who daily seek a united and prosperous nation should reject Atiku and his party at the polls next year. Atiku only pays lip service to national unity, despite that it features as one of the 5 cardinal points of a so-called covenant with Nigerians. The facade is over. He is now fully naked before the Nigerian people, TINUBU added. Subscribe, guys. Like, share, comment, and please turn the notification bell on. Thank you. Meanwhile, TINUBU also charged the people of Ekiti State not to vote for other presidential contestants in the 2023 polls. TINUBU disclosed this at the inauguration of the newly sworn-in governor of Ekiti State, Abiodun Oyebanji. TINUBU said, "You don't know them. The only person you know is Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and you must deliver 95% of the votes." TINUBU promised to support Oyebanji to success, adding that Ekiti would not regret voting Oyebanji and APC. "We are going to support Oyebanji to succeed. We would not allow him to fail. We are thanking you for not allowing the termites to return to Ekiti State. APC will not disappoint you." Whilst speaking at the ceremony, Oyebanji stated that his government will place high premium on human capital development, agriculture and rural development, infrastructure and industrialization, arts, culture and tourism, and good governance to transform Ekiti and make it a microcosm of development. Oyebanji polled a total of 187,057 votes to defeat his closest rival, Engineer Segun Oni, and candidate of the Social Democratic Party, who polled 82,459 votes in the highly pulsating and keenly contested June 18 poll. The inauguration was attended by the presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and many governors, among other top-rated and illustrious Nigerians. Aside Tinubu, dignitaries at the epoch-making event include Ondo State Governor Rotimi Akeredolu, Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, Ogun State Governor Dapo Abiodun, Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki, Governor of Kebbi Atiku Bagudu, Governor of Jigawa Abubakar Badaru, Governor of Plateau Simon Lalong, Osun State Governor Boyega Oyetola, represented by his deputy Benedict Alabi, Nasarawa State Deputy Governor and his Borno State counterparts. That's the news, guys. Thanks for listening. Bye.